Hi, Mom. Can you hear me okay?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yay, yes.
Cool. Cool.
I wasn't sure. I'm trying a new I'm really familiar with MS Teams and I'm really familiar with Dell and HP computers, but I'm using my Mac, so I completely literally
Oh,
use a Mac.
oh, wow, wow. Okay, okay. Good, good, good.
So I don't know how many people get to join, but I wanted to start doing these calls because I do like my coaching and stuff, and I wanted to start just
Uh-huh.
sharing like as you can see on the screen, I have a couple different companies that I either work with or they sponsor the
Oh,
veterans
wow.
that I'm doing. So
Nice.
I wanted to use these like a monthly call to just like share like how I use the resources with people, and then they can like use it or not, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's wonderful.
Okay, so I'm going to jump right in, and if people join, great. And thank you though for being here and supporting me. I appreciate you a lot.
Always.
All right. So, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining my first monthly connection call. I am Chris Engel. Maybe some of you know me and some of you don't. I am incredibly passionate about the military community. And in that space, I have learned of companies who support the military lifestyle with a more sustainable approach, whether it's with products or resources that just really make it possible for us as veterans, service members, spouses, and family to live a very full life and building a community around us and then building a legacy with our own family. So I wanted to take this opportunity to just share resources each month that maybe someone out there would find helpful and beneficial to them. The company I chose to share for this month is Arbonne. I first started using Arbonne when I was in the field at some military training, and I was having a hard time, to be honest, just eating the food that they made available to us in the field. I was always having like an upset stomach or just like not really feeling myself, kind of running on E all the time. And I first learned about Arbonne when I was actually chatting with my brother, who is a big gym junkie and loves to work out. And so during the military training after that, I decided to use the baby formula containers that you can get at Target, which was super resourceful for our packing protein and fish sticks for the field. And so I packed daily protein and fish sticks into the formula containers from Target, and I prepped for a 30-day military training in the field. And it was so crazy because like after the first week, I had so much energy. It was awesome. I felt so good. And I was in the field for a month, and this was my first experience using the Arbonne protein and the fish sticks. And I was waking up daily at like 4 a.m. and then running like 3 to 5 miles. And then after that, I would join my military unit on a daily physical fitness exercises. And it was such a better experience than the C4, if y'all have used that before. The C4 energy powder that I was so accustomed to using. It was such a better experience to that because I don't know if you've used C4 before, but it was like making my skin crawl and my heart race. So you already know when you feel that, like, this is not great, but everyone's using it. So I'm just going to go with it. So that was my first experience using the product. So again, wanting to share a little bit about what that looks like. What is Arbonne? Arbonne is a 44-year-old health and wellness company. What makes Arbonne different is the product promise. And just to name a few, because if you're like me, I have to kind of like read over things a few times to let it like soak in. They are plant-based ingredients, high clean standards. Ingredient policy is adhering to the European standards, which ban 1,400 harmful ingredients. However, Arbonne bans over 2,000 harmful ingredients from our products. Vegan certified, I have quite a few military companions that having it be vegan is super important, along with gluten free. It's also cruelty free, which means it's never tested on animals, which being an animal lover myself, I'm a big proponent of that. Also soy-free, dairy-free, and non-GMO, which are some big things that when you're in the field, whether you're in the military or you're a, a working mom that's trying to just, take care of their body, having things that we can have on the go that's healthy and quick is such a lifesaver. So free of artificial fragrances, colors, dyes, and flavors. The company has developed it with subject matter experts here locally in Irvine, California, which is nice to have something that's like locally created and prepared for us. And then, of course, it's scientifically tested for safety of the products and for results. So I didn't know this, which was just a lesson for me, which was great. Always open for more lessons. Arbonne is also a B corporation. And yes, I had to Google it because I never heard of it before. So, being a B corporation really just means that we have to prove we're putting people and planet before profit. And I want to talk about that for a minute because, like, as a veteran, as a mom, and also my full time job is I'm an HR professional within the government. Putting people first is literally what human resources is. We prioritize humans first. And so this was like that kind of screamed out to me as being a B corporation. That's really the main thing I heard is that we're putting people before making a profit. And that is just something that is super crucial to me. Just fits into like every part of my own life, working in HR, being in the military, protecting people, being a mom, protecting our kiddos. Like it just is every part of it. And it really meant a lot to have a company that supports the military lifestyle and puts people first. It's perfect. So just to kind of speak a little bit more, of course, like I told y'all, like the military is super important, and a big passion of like what my entire life revolves around is supporting the military community. But Arbonne supports healthy living for everyone. And without the chemicals that makes your skin crawl or could risk your heart stopping, service members, veterans, military spouses, family members, it supports that community and it supports any kind of lifestyle. And that was really important for me because I've kind of worn all the hats, if you will, and I still continue to do that sometimes. So, like going from working from home, hitting that 2 p.m. like I really want more coffee. No, I shouldn't have more coffee. All the different lifestyles, all the different hats we wear, running out the door to a kid's back to school night, or when I was in the military and run into the field and being able just to pre-pack all my stuff and not have to stress or worry that I'm going to be stuck eating DFAC food or MREs, which is really not good for the body. And it just, it kind of it does the opposite of what it's intended to do. It doesn't give you that healthy, good energy that we need. So I'm not going to lie, the all natural energy fizz is probably one of my faves. And I started using it about 7 years ago. So I like to think that I'm still this fit, but this picture was taken 7 years ago when I first started using the energy fizz. And the picture on the right is when I was headed to my first training that I also brought Arbonne with me. And it was so cool. I'll be transparent with you. I was one of those gym junkies when I was in Iraq in 2016. Every day at lunch, going to the gym with my buddies, drinking C4. It was almost like I was getting an unhealthy high off of the skin crawl, right? And my heart would beat so fast. I thought I was going to just jump out of my chest. Like that was what I was doing. Get back to the States, and I was sharing all this with my brother, and he was like, "Hey, we're getting older, Chris. Try something a little bit more healthy for your body. Why don't you give this a shot?" I turned right back around to head back out to the field for 30 days. I was like, hey, why not? So pre-packed using those formula containers from Target, which are amazing. You can get them even in the dollar section at Target. Just the right pouch to put in some formula, or I'm sorry, some protein, some fizz, a little bit of hydration. And then I pre-packed it for my daily lunch. So when I was out in the field on the go, it was very quick, just poured it into my water and my little protein shaker, and then hit it and was right back to work or right back to the gym. And then on the flip side, when I'm in mom mode and literally, ending a meeting on MS Teams on a crazy busy Monday, and then like looking down at the time, like, oh, it's 1:45. I have to book it to the school to pick up the kiddos. I can just quickly grab one of my protein shakes, pull it together for us, and then head right back out and not have to worry about, making a sandwich and doing all those things that, it's just sometimes we don't have the time for, right? So it's just sometimes nice to have a little bit of a quick go-to. So I first started with Arbonne by using the 30-day challenge. And that was just a way for me personally to kind of jumpstart my body with healthy goodness. Protein shakes, 1 meal a day. I usually do it for lunch. And then fizz in the afternoon, which replaced my daily or my second cup of coffee. I still love my morning coffee. Tea in the evening, and then tools like the clean detox and the gut cleanse for a quick full body restart. At the end of my first 30 days, and that was about 7 years ago, I was feeling so refreshed. And then I switched it to doing a 30-day cleanse about once a year. You can do it more or less, but that was kind of what works for me. Just really doing that 30-day like detox and kind of refresh, restart the body to get back on track. The mixture you see here is what my wife and I have daily for lunch. I love to blend mine with fruit and organic milk. However, my wife takes hers. I get to work from home, which is amazing. My wife still works in the office. She takes hers to work with water. Totally up to you. Both is great. I've done both. I do, just really depends on what your preference is. And it's great for being on the go. On a regular basis, when I'm not doing the 30-day cleanse, I have protein shakes for about 5 days a week during for lunch. I typically keep it around that 5 day. Sometimes the weekend, if we're out and about, I won't have a protein. It really depends. But then I just said that. But then this morning I was feeling like a protein shake and I went ahead and had one today. So about 5 days a week. I do have a fizz stick almost every day around 2 p.m. I don't know what it is, y'all, but something about hitting 2 p.m. and I'm like, whoo, I'm tired. And a fizz stick kind of gives me that pick me up. I will just shake mine up with either a little bit of hydration, a little bit of frozen fruit, some ice cubes. Sometimes I put in a little bit of orange juice. It really depends on you and the kind of flavor you're looking for. Sometimes it's kind of nice to change things up and like you almost have like a makeshift non-alcoholic mimosa. So I'll do a little bit of fizz with some orange juice or some sparkling water, take it to the pool. I'm not feeling slumped over like a margarita or mimosa will do to you, but I'm actually feeling energetic, like, hey, I'm going to jump in and swim with the kiddos and do all the things. The teas are also great for winding down at night. We have one that is more of like a soother, which is really nice, like relaxing. So if you just kind of had more of a stressful day, I'll drink one of the relaxing teas at night. And then also they have some gentle tummy cleanses, tummy cleanse teas for night as well. And those are great for like, we all have them. We're human. We have our veg out days. We like to, my weakness. I'll be really transparent with all of you. One of my weaknesses is cream cheese, salsa, and chips. My mom is on the call. She lives out in Florida. We'll be there in a couple months getting to visit her, and she always has chips, cream cheese, and salsa in the fridge for me because she knows it's my go-to snack. So now that I'm 35, can't eat it all the time, but when I have a veg out day, I might do one of the Arbonne cleansing teas just to kind of refresh my body because not as young as I once was. And speaking of that, this year I turned 35. My wife is a few years older than me, and she kept telling me, when you turn 35, you're going to start to feel it. Don't tell her I said this. She was right. I started to feel it. Something about turning 35. I'm like, oh, I'm starting to see some circles. I'm starting to see some dark lines. I got my first gray hair this year. Yep, finally came in. Maybe it's because I have two boys in high school, not sure, but I finally got my first gray hair. So with that, I dove full force this year into using the Arbonne facial care, which has been great. So I was super excited to use the face cream, has sunscreen in it. And like I said earlier, I'm constantly like running outside to grab the kids from school or taking the dogs for a walk or going from place to place. Having that sunscreen and but like the healthy layer on my face has been great. It doesn't feel too thick or too oily, which is one thing I noticed that I really appreciate. And then also I've used the neck cream and the eye cream, which has been great. And then we also have a night cream that I don't use every night, but I use it about every other night. And you just kind of wake up really feeling refreshed. And so that one I just started using recently, protein for about 7 years now, but I have nothing but good things to say. And like I said before, for me, I'll just speak for for a second. Me personally, these kinds of companies, I have to be able to relate to and understand their why and how it plays into our very busy life. I'll give you a quick little story. My oldest son, he wrote an essay to attend a college program as a high schooler this past summer. And as he was writing his essay, he was like, "Wow, mom, I've lived in 10 different states. I've been to 9 different schools, due to the military lifestyle." And I was like, wow, like it is super important that the companies we choose to partner with, that we choose to use their products, that they can support our lifestyle, our busy lifestyle. And him and his little brother this year, they just started using the Arbonne facial care line for teenagers, which has been awesome as they're going through all the things as they grow up. So we've been using the products for about 7 years. And again, being in our mid to late 30s, having healthy, sustainable products delivered right to our door has been a game changer. I don't mean to be lazy, but especially after COVID, I'm not going to lie, I hardly ever go to an in person store. In fact, I realized here recently that my 5-year old has only been to the mall a handful of times. Maybe because I'm a little more introverted now, or, also it could just be because I'm in a full busy time of my life, being a spouse, mom, full time work from home, federal employee, and also being, very supportive in the military community. It's just nice to have products that come right to you. They're from a good company. They support the lifestyle that you have. And I'm a big fan of auto ship. I'll admit to that. So having that kind of support in the stage of our life that we are in right now has been really helpful. So I know it's Sunday and I can hear my kiddos and dogs in the background. So sorry if there's any background noise, but I did want to share with you. I'm a big, I guess, believer in positive mental thoughts that keep us going. So I wanted to leave you all with a question today and hopefully some encouragement. If time and money were no issue, what would you do more of in your life? So just think about that for a moment. Maybe today, as you go about whatever you're doing, swimming, hanging out with the kiddos, going on a walk, whatever it is you're going to do today, as you sit here, just think about what it is that you want in your life, your purpose, and how that leads you to the legacy you want to live and leave. And importantly, what will people remember when they think of you? And I actually asked myself this question recently. I'm working on my second master's in psychology, and this question has come up a lot for me in some of the projects that we're doing. And the question I ask is, what do I want to be remembered by? But most importantly, what is my purpose and what is the kind of legacy I want to leave for my kids, and what will people think of when they think of me? So I settled on one thing after giving it quite a bit of thought. My commitment to who I am as a veteran, as a military spouse, as a mother, living life to the fullest, and one day being known for the legacy I built and leave behind as someone who cares and cared deeply for the military community. I'm sorry, y'all. That is my passion. That is just something that's true for me every single day when I wake up, when I go to sleep at night. I think about the military community and how can we level it up every single day. So this picture captures my why. My dad as an Air Force veteran, my wife and I as Army veterans, my little brother who is a constant supporter of the family. This was us hiking up at Lake Shasta. And my sons who are both teaching me daily, probably why I have that one gray hair, who are both teaching me daily on how to be more present and intentional as a mother. And I like to call it more than just a mother, but as a life coach too. Because honestly, sometimes it feels like I'm more of a coach than that preschooler mother I was 10 years ago to them. They need a lot more coaching nowadays as they enter into their teens. And how can I be that for them? And they are constantly teaching me how to do that, which is just nowhere else I'd rather be than right here. I'll tell you that. So thanks for being here today. As you all know, if you've ever chatted with me before, I, just would love to connect. So I have my little QR code, thank goodness for technology and all the ways it connects us in a more virtual environment. But if you're looking out there for someone to connect with, or you're interested in some of the products I use, or you want some coaching, or you just want to vent about all that life has for us as spouses, veterans, and family members, and all the things, just feel free to reach out to me. This picture captures what my daily life looks like. So there might be dogs, kids, or anything else in the background. But I just want to leave you with, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Get outside. It's still sunny in California, thank goodness. So get some fresh air and just be all that you can be. And with that, I wanted to just pause for a moment. I know we have a couple SMEs on the call that I think got to join. So anyone out there want to share their own story and maybe their why of how they use Arbonne products or whatever else they'd like to share? I'll just pause for a moment.
Hey, Chris, I'll jump on. Let me go somewhere quiet for a hot second. I don't have dogs, but I've got three little kids and they sound like dogs.
I can relate.
I just want to say thanks everyone for being here to support Chris getting started. This is a really exciting venture, but sometimes it can be nerve-wracking and it means the absolute world to just have your nearest and dearest come in and hear about the things that are so important to you, the things and the ways that they've benefited you in your life and your family and showing up for your family and all the things. So, Chris, I just appreciate you really like inviting us into how you not only love and trust this company and the products, but um your actual day-to-day experience with them. I really enjoyed getting to know that, even though I've obviously been on this Arbonne journey with you, and it just was so awesome to hear you share. Quickly, just I guess I'll share for me. Thanks for the invitation. My name's Holly. I've been an Arbonne product user for just over 10 years now. I actually got connected to these products when we were getting my husband through cancer treatments. He is a Marine Corps veteran, and we weren't expecting to meet his 30th birthday with a cancer diagnosis, but that's where we found ourselves. And we were definitely looking for more sustainable ways to be managing our health and avoiding things that could be negatively contributing to our health going forward. And in step Arbonne, and it was this perfect mesh of a company that used healthy ingredients, left out gnarly ingredients, an amazing community, all about growth and health and life and serving other people and helping other people think, what could life be if I felt better? What could tomorrow, what more could I do tomorrow if I had the energy to do it? And what more could my reach be in my friend community, in my family community, in my greater community, if I just had more to contribute more? So I'm a former dental hygienist. I actually leveraged building my Arbonne business to not have to be a part of that career anymore. I full time do my Arbonne business and mom, three littles, and support a first responder husband and all the things. And this company, truly in to out, top to bottom, front to back, has changed and improved my life in every way that I could um, name. And so I also am really passionate about sharing the things that work for me, and I love sharing them with people. And that's how I've been able to share with Macy and through Macy, Chris and Jackson, and just the fun way that our reach gets to spread and that positive ripple that we get to make. And Chris, it blows me away to hear you speak about the legacy impact, because that's so who we are as a company. And I'm just really excited to see who you help and who you serve and who you positively impact and how we can support you in all of that. So a little bit about me, and mostly just really excited and impressed by you. Way to go, Chris.
Thank you. Yeah, I love hearing Holly's story because I told Holly, I'll share with all of you. She's got two little boys and a little girl, and she's where I was like maybe 10 years ago. I'm super aging myself, but it's so cool to see her little pictures of her little family and think about like what we live day to day, how we choose to live is so freaking important because time just keeps going. And it's like, wow, our kids are growing up, all the things are happening around us. So who we choose to be as moms, as veterans, as spouses, all the hats we wear matter so much. So thanks, Holly, for being here. I appreciate y'all.
Totally. Totally my pleasure.
All right, so we got a couple more minutes. I'm just going to open it up. Anyone have any questions? Want to share your own story? I'm big on community, as you all know. So I'll pause for a moment. All right, y'all. Well, I will let you get back to your Sunday. Like I said, I'm at the beginning. I'm gonna share resources probably about once a month. So I'll keep sending those invites out, and you're welcome to join. If you have any questions or anything at all that comes up, feel free to reach out to me. And I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your Sunday. I know I'm going to grab the kiddos right now, and I think we're going to head to the pool. So thanks everyone for being here. Have a great rest of your day, and y'all take care.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Mom.